today's sponsors are Chimera Coffee. Go to chimeracoffee.com. Type in the coupon code. Show the art. Save 10%. It's a lot of money.
Save some money.
That coffee is expensive.
Not.
Unless you use the coupon code. Hey, see what I did there?
I saw it.
So
I saw all of it. So get it.
So-
It is delicious.
yeah.
It's what Abe is sipping on right now. He made a cold brew coffee out of Chimera.
That's right. I did.
It's fucking delicious.
Yeah.
It is sweet,
Yeah,
sensational,
don't curse on the
chocolatey.
commercials. But
Sure.
no, exactly.
You're right. We were starting this off on a great note, ladies and gentlemen. Next on hand, what do we got next on deck, brother?
Inverted Gear. Go to invertedgear.com.
Oh,
Type in the coupon code
Show the
Show the Art
Art
15.
15.
Yup.
get that 1.5, baby.
Save yourself some moolah. 15% off, dog.
They got some
Jiu-jitsu
new
gear.
stuff, new gear that
Yeah.
came out, right? Rash guard spats.
See, you know it.
That's what I do.
Finish it
dog.
up. Boom.
I wear it,
Mhm.
man.
InvertedGear.com, ChimeraCoffee.com. Coupon code on Inverted Gear is Show the Art 15. No spaces.
Boom
Don't play
shakalaka.
around.
Boom shakalaka.
Our last thing, guys, is
We got more?
yeah, our next announcement is our Show the Art Academy. It's
Mm.
coming out soon. You've heard little things, little
snippets,
snippets,
little teasers.
little teasers. But
What the tip?
in 2 weeks we're going to launch it.
We got the date now, huh?
Yeah,
2 weeks.
yeah. Not an official date yet, but
but 2 weeks from now.
yeah, give or take 2 weeks. So we'll have an official launch date.
Uh,
But if you can, go to showtheartacademy.com. If you input your email address there, you will get your first month for half price.
dope.
Boom. So Show the Art Academy.
Guys, you can't go wrong with that.
You can't.
Save yourself some
Yeah.
money, get some knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Well, these
Yeah.
guys drop some knowledge.
So what we're
bombs.
gonna have on there is a full jiu-jitsu technique library,
Mhm.
gi, no gi. We're gonna have positional studies. We're gonna have drills on there,
the works.
the works, and we've created it in a way that we feel will encourage efficiency in learning.
Mm-hmm.
We're also having a full yoga posture library. What does that mean? Just the one position, but also plenty of flows to go around.
Dope.
Classes, jiu-jitsu specific classes, or just regular yoga classes
Alright.
if you're just trying to get that yoga on.
All right.
Eventually we're gonna have
A little working out, baby. A little strength
Yeah.
and conditioning. Some stuff that we're working on
Mhm.
right now. Right?
and a full exercise
There
library.
you go. Yeah, we got body weight. We got body weight movements.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna go kettlebells, dumbbells. We're gonna get some strongman, some sleds,
Yeah.
some ropes.
Boom.
Yeah, we're rocking with everything, man. Whatever your gym has, we probably have it too. So we
That's
can
it.
rock with it.
Yeah, man. Also, we're gonna do little things. We're gonna host live events on the website. We're gonna have a lot of cool stuff.
A lot of dope stuff. So stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. We out. Oh, we in. Let's do this.
Welcome to the Show the Art podcast.
What is going on, people? You're listening to the Show the Art podcast. We are your host.
Yeah.
I blanked out.
We are one.
We are your host. My name is Ames. Alongside with me is my boy, my brother, Abe.
Yo,
What's going on, man?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Crazy ass
What
weekend.
the heck
Let's get
happened?
straight to it, man.
Dude, what happened?
We got a lot of stuff to talk about. Not as much time as we'd like, but we're gonna jam it all in and make sure we speak on everything.
We don't need much time.
We don't.
We just need to deliver the message to the masses.
You want to deliver that bomb, that main event status, that
man.
main event
Okay,
level.
Ames. What did you think of the fight leading up to the knockout? Jon Jones versus Daniel Cormier, number 2.
Yeah.
So we all know what happened.
Yeah,
right? We know that.
Unless you're living under a rock.
Yeah, we know that Jon knocked Cormier out with a high kick.
Yeah.
With a lead leg high kick. And it's amazing.
Yeah.
But what did you think of the fight up to that point?
Up to that fight, I thought it was.
No, that fight, not up to that fight.
That fight. Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
So that fight, it's funny. Let me backtrack real quick. I feel old because I fell asleep even before the main card even started. I fell asleep like right as the prelims finished. So good thing I recorded it and I got to watch it like at 5 o'clock in the morning. So I was up, I watched it. So what I did, because I was really pulling for DC, like pulling hard for him, I turned off the volume and I just watched the fight. I didn't hear any commentary, so I didn't get swayed left or right. So I was actually thinking that even though Jones was getting a lot of hits in or kicks in, I still think I thought that DC was winning just because he was getting significant hits. He was hooking off on him. Boy, he was catching him, I think, a lot more. Like, and he defended the takedowns, something that he didn't do the last fight. Like, he looked well prepared for that fight, right? Or was it just me? What did you think?
You are spot on.
Okay, yeah, he just looked super prepared for that fight. But the problem was Jon Jones was prepared too. And what you saw from the last fight, and he brought it up, that Anthony Johnson would just miss him with some leg kicks. That's why Anthony Johnson threw so many.
Some head kicks.
Yeah, head kicks. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, he missed. He would just miss DC with those head kicks. And then Jon Jones, being the man that he is, found the time to kind of lull him to sleep, and he caught him hands down, down, man. And I haven't been that sad since BJ Penn lost to GSP, because I was really invested. I was really pulling for DC. Not like I don't even hate Jon Jones, but I just really like DC. Like, I became like I am a huge fan of DC now.
He's such a likable character. He's such a likable fighter.
Yeah, man.
Right, inside and outside the cage, you can't help but not like the guy.
The commentary, he's entertaining.
Oh man,
when he gives, like, when he's with Joe Rogan, like on the mic, he's very intelligtent,
very well
informative.
spoken.
Like him and Dominic Cruz are two of my favorite people.
Yeah, they know how to break down fights.
I love the way
they know how to give post-fight analysis and pre-fight analysis.
Just everything all around. Yeah.
So, I was on the same boat as you.
Okay. So you had who did you have winning?
I thought, it's hard to tell because it was like mid-third round.
Yeah.
I thought the momentum was in DC's hands.
Agreed.
Right? First round, toss-up, because Jon Jones came out guns a-blazing.
Yeah.
And he was really...
He came in heavy.
So first round, I think, goes to Jon.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah. I can't even argue. If you go Jon Jones or whoever did, I can't argue.
First round.
Yeah.
But... even towards the end of the first round, DC, you could see swagger coming back. You could see confidence growing in him.
Yeah.
And you're right. He was landing significant strikes. Second round comes out.
Yep.
All DC.
Yeah.
100% DC. Not only was he pushing the pace, not only was he landing the more significant strikes, but you know what was the turning point for me watching the fight? Again, obviously the turning point was Jon Jones kicking him in the head.
Yeah.
But we're talking about before that moment. It's when DC started shaking his head.
Oh, yeah.
When he said, nope, that didn't hurt. Nope, that missed. When he started taunting Jon Jones, it wasn't to taunt Jon Jones. It was to build his own confidence.
And it was high.
Dude.
It was through the roof.
And you know what happened? And this is from my vision. This is from what I saw. Once he started doing that, right? He only did it for a couple seconds.
Yeah.
But he's like, nope, that didn't work. Nope, that didn't help.
I ate that.
And you know what happened? His confidence grew to a level where he finally needed it to be against Jon Jones. And then what happened after that? He would go in even harder.
Yeah.
He started to clinch Jon Jones without a worry. Normally when he clinches Jon, it's like a couple uppercuts, and then he tries to pull out and pull his head out. You didn't see confidence in Cormier. And Cormier is not a takedown artist that shoots from afar. He takes you down from the clinch.
True. He flips you from the clinch.
And that's why Jon has been able to take him down so often, because you could tell there was no confidence when he was clinching with Jon.
Okay.
But after that moment, you could tell he walked right into Jon's clinch, and he was smiling. He was like pummeling, and you saw the confidence ooze out of it. Boom, and then he tries to trip him. Then he actually tosses him.
He actually tossed him.
Jon did a nice move to follow up and off balance Cormier, which forced them both to stand back up.
Great reaction speed.
Yeah, man.
Jon Jones.
But I thought that was the turning point in Cormier. It was his own confidence in the fact that
too much.
Yeah. No, he wasn't feeling too much. I thought that was the reason why he started to win the fight.
Oh, yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then the third round, he still had that momentum. Now, what made him lose was not that. It was his bad tendencies.
Yeah.
You know, Jon threw that high kick, and the way he reacted was a way you would react if you were untrained and you saw a kick coming to your belly. Like, you flinch down, your arms down.
That's so true. That's a great point, man.
And Jon said it. You know, we saw that he's done that in fights in the past.
Yeah.
When a kick comes to his body, he'll react that way. And we know it would work. It would be a matter of time. And that's just one of the things they practice.
Yeah, they were just both really prepared for each other. And then unfortunately, the thing Jon Jones was prepared for was like a home run hit. Yeah. And I give DC so much props just because the way he was going at Jon Jones and the size difference. When you look at the difference between those two, man, it's ridiculous. Like, DC could probably face anyone, and what I'm trying to say is Jon Jones is the worst matchup he could ever have.
True.
The length, and he knows how to use that length. He'll go with kicks from different ranges. He'll go for oblique kicks, like different things that will throw you off, or he just can't, like, he just has to make you work. Yeah, man. So,
and to break down Jon Jones' style a little bit more, this is not to correct you, this is just explaining.
No, go ahead.
But the way Jon uses his reach, it's not like he keeps people at the end of his jab the whole fight. Like, that's a reach fighter. What Jon does is he keeps you at a range, a specific range, a range where you can't reach him. And that's and he makes you, the way he keeps you there is by using his length, right?
Yeah.
He'll hit you with long shots, jabs, front kicks. And then he'll use things to stop you in your tracks to keep you in that range, like the kicks to the leg, like the front kicks to the knee, the side kicks to the knee, jab kicks to the belly.
Yeah.
He'll use those things to keep you there, whether he moves back when you move forward or as soon as you take a step, boom, he hits you with a little shot that stops you. And then once you start stopping at that range, he closes the distance, and he'll land an elbow, he'll land some clinch shots.
He'll land those elbows.
Yeah, so he's beautiful at, like, keeping the range and then closing it on his will because you're hesitating. Yeah. Or because you feel like you can't commit to moving forward. And that's one of the reasons why he does so well. It throws people off their game.
How about this? Where does this leave him now in the ranks of greatest of all time?
What I love is we don't even have to think about that. You know why? Because he just got back.
You know, it's still early.
You know, he just got back and he's 30 years old. Like, let's not even think about that stuff anymore. He's obviously one of the greatest fighters of all time already.
Yeah. That's,
you know?
Yeah. But it's like talking about what you're saying right now is kind of waiting out, just like we're waiting on LeBron. Like when he won his first or second title. So just wait it out and just see what happens.
Don't worry about that stuff. And not to get on you or anybody, but it's like, guys, let's not worry about that.
It's true.
He's obviously proved that he's one of the greatest fighters of all time.
Yeah.
That's without debate. Where he stands in that ranking, let's talk about it when he retires.
Let it marinate a little bit more.
Because we thought Anderson was number one. Right? For a long time when he was winning and consistently destroying and dismantling
people,
And then look at his career now. I love the guy, but he dropped a couple fights.
Yeah.
And he doesn't look like the same Anderson.
It's true.
And that's one of the biggest reasons why people are giving Jon Jones the pound for pound.
You're right,
you know,
right.
Because so what
we
happens,
haven't seen his downfall yet.
Yeah.
So that
if there is one.
Yeah.
So what happens if Jon Jones gets to the end of his career and starts to drop a couple fights because of his age or whatever you want to call it?
Great point.
You know, then we'll have a clear understanding where he's at.
Time will tell.
Yeah.
Nice, man. So
Word.
Moving on, or do you want to stay with this whole DC? What are your thoughts? You know what? Let me speak on this. The post-fight interview with Jon Jones made me respect him a lot more.
True.
Like I find it honorable what he did, like the things that he said about DC, especially you know what I mean, not kicking a man when it's down. Like I like, you know, if you hate each other, that's cool, but I don't agree with kicking a man when it's down, like what Rousey would do when she would beat
what
people.
Jon Jones has done.
Yeah,
because he did that to Cormier their first fight.
Yeah.
So what that shows us is
maturity.
He learned from his mistakes.
I agree.
You know, the first DC fight, he didn't have he didn't fail that drug test. He didn't get in that DUI and get suspended yet.
Yeah.
So he was on this like ego trip, and then he fought DC, beat him, and then after he won, he said some not so nice words. He did the DX suck it sign. He did all these things.
After. Yeah.
And it was kind of messed up. But now the guy went through a lot of not so good stuff.
Yeah.
And came out of it.
Yeah.
Right? And you could see the emotion in his face when he won.
Yeah.
He was crying on
not
the floor.
Not even just winning that championship, but just everything you've been through to win, man. It's just Good for you, man.
Yeah.
Good for you. You deserve it.
That
you deserve
doesn't excuse the bad things he did.
No,
but
definitely not.
Can a guy make mistakes and recover, redeem himself?
Yeah.
That's what Jon did.
Yeah.
And it showed in the post-fight, like you said, it showed that he can learn from his mistakes and that he has.
Yeah.
Because he was very honorable. He even said, along the lines of, hey, when there's press, it's different than the actual respect.
Yeah.
Right now the fight's over. There's no more press. Let me talk to you like a man.
Yeah.
That guy's the man.
Yeah, there you go.
And,
So everything that he
like
did, yeah, me too. It kind of reminds you of how you just build up, you make your mistakes, and you just kind of don't listen to what anyone says or any of the criticism, and just do you.
Sorry, I wasn't listening.
Learn from your mistakes. So just like perfect examples like Kobe Bryant, star, won 2 or 3 championships, gets in trouble in Colorado. All the endorsements are gone. No one wants anything to do with you. Yeah. You build your name back up, and look at him now. No one's really talking about that.
Yeah,
like
5 championships.
Yeah, 5
right?
Yeah, 5. 5 championships. A man makes mistakes, but I'll never say no or never try to forgive someone for the mess ups. Not forgive, but you know what I mean. Just forget.
Never say never.
Yeah. So good for Jon.
Okay.
Good for Jon Jones.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Let's
DC. Real quick. Last thing about DC. The reason why I wanted to talk about the fight minus the knockout, is because it showed the guy has game.
Yeah,
and he still has tons of fight in him. He still has a career. This is the first time he got finished in a fight.
Yeah.
This is the first time he got knocked out in a fight.
Yeah.
This is the first time he really got knocked down.
And it's only his second loss.
Yeah.
And it's to the same guy.
Exactly. Like Anthony Johnson knocked him down.
Yeah.
But he looked perfectly fine. It looked like the force is what dropped him more in that fight. So the guy's never really taken damage.
It was like a Chris Weidman from his last fight. Yeah.
It's like the guy's even less than that. The guy's 38 years old and he still is fresh.
I can't believe he's 38, man.
So DC, keep your head up. You still got a career.
Yeah.
Who knows? You might still be able to fight for the championship.
Hey, since we're still talking about DC, I'm so glad. I'm really happy because on Sunday morning I saw a meme of someone.
Yes, I saw that too. I know exactly
someone took a picture of his crying and then made a meme. I'm like, yo, I'm tired of this, man. And I posted that morning. What did I say? Let me go to my Facebook real quick.
But I don't know if you saw the other meme that said, "This is not a face you make a meme of." That's what you're talking about?
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
No, there was one before that making fun of him.
Okay.
So once I saw that, I said, I'm not down with making. This is my post on July 30th at 9 a.m. I'm not down making a meme or clowning someone after a loss or competing. They grind for weeks, months, even years leading up to events, and when they show emotion or mess up on a play, we rag on them to collect a few likes and ha-has. Get you scrub.
Yeah.
That's what I feel, man.
Yeah.
I'm so tired of taking these athletes or anyone that, failing at trying to accomplish something they work so hard for and clowning them. Get out of here, man. So if that's you, man.
Where do you? But here's the thing: where do you draw the line? Do we make fun of what's his name, McGee, in the NBA for like tripping when he's running down the court? Like, is that cool?
See, I don't even do that. I don't really clown.
It's funny though.
Yeah, it's fun. It's funny though. But stuff like that, like crying or like showing emotion, that stuff gets me.
No, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Like imagine people made a meme of you crying at your wedding.
Sure, yeah.
Which they did.
You know what I mean?
What's worse though? What's a better meme actually? You crying at your wedding, that meme? Or Cormier crying after the fight?
Probably mine. I'm not. Probably mine.
Or the Michael Jordan one.
The Michael Jordan one.
Did Michael Jordan really cry in that one?
I think so.
Or what's that?
I have no idea. But I don't even like that one.
Yeah.
See, I'm to the down. It's like, yo, get out of here, you. Because I just know it's a bunch of trolls, a bunch of corny ass people, a bunch of losers that want to get likes. Yeah. Something. If you're one of those people listening, stop listening. Because I'm not down with you. Yeah, I'm coming in hot takes, man. Because it really pisses me off, man.
No, for sure.
I don't like kicking people when they're down. That's it. Yeah. That's where I stand.
And it's all about perspective. If you're someone who makes stupid memes about someone who just failed, right, miserably like that.
Yeah.
Imagine somebody did that about you.
Yeah.
Imagine when you lost your job and somebody made a meme about you walking out of the place. Yeah. You're going to be so upset. You're going to be so sad.
Yeah. Or your family. Guys. Imagine someone doing that to like a brother or sister. I would rip someone's head off if they did
Imagine
that.
somebody made a meme about your son.
Yeah,
I would. Look, his diaper got full.
Yeah, I would son him. I would son him so hard, even though he could be a black belt, but I'll try to son him.
Yeah, like they made a meme of your son's like, packed diaper, and
I wish you would. Exactly. So that's where I stand on that. It's cool seeing Tom DeBlass even posting it, whatever, or like a lot of these guys, or even ADCC posting that same meme that you're talking about. Like this is a face or a picture that you don't make fun of.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
So they made a meme about a meme in a meme.
Yeah. So they stunned the people that made the meme.
Yeah,
so
that was actually a good way of
hell yeah,
of killing that. That's
hell
like what
yeah.
that's like what what's his name? Eminem did in 8 Mile. Remember? He's like in his battle rap.
Yeah.
He said everything about himself that the guy would have said about him. The guy had nothing to say.
That's pretty dope.
You know? So I just compared.
I didn't watch the movie, but I watched that ending.
Okay.
That was dope.
Yeah.
That was a dope way to do it.
So, moving on.
What are your thoughts on the speaking of entertaining, Woodley versus Mike?
Oh yeah, fight of the night. Yeah.
Well, let's go quick on it. Let's go quick through the.
You know what, man? It wasn't an entertaining fight in the slightest. That's okay though, because it's okay.
Yeah.
What I was saying was, Tyrone Woodley both guys are very good fighters, very good athletes, very good competitors. The thing about Woodley is his ability to follow the game plan
to a T.
To a T is unlike any other. But it's his gift, but it's also his curse.
Yeah.
Because he follows it so strongly that he's not willing to to take some chances along the way that could potentially win you the fight sooner.
True.
You know what I'm saying? At least that's what it looked like from our point of view. So, yeah, he can follow the game plan to a T. Damian Maia could not take him down. And it's not like he just got lucky. No, he stopped a lot of takedowns and escaped a bunch of takedowns.
Stuffed him like a turkey.
He grabbed the fence a couple times.
Yeah.
But, you know, if you really look at it, it didn't look like Damian Maia was landing those takedowns anyway.
It didn't look like he was like clinging onto the fence.
Sure.
Yeah, so
exactly. It was like a split second, and maybe Maia would have got him down, but I believe
he got back up.
From our data that we have to look at, he would have just popped right back up.
Yeah, it's remarkable to see Tyrone Woodley defend 21 shots from Damian Maia, because Damian Maia could take anyone down at ease.
And not to take anything away from Woodley, but if you're just defending, if that's your only job, it's relatively easy to defend.
True.
You know, if you roll with a black belt, right? You're a blue belt in jiu-jitsu. You roll with a black belt, and you're just thinking, and you're a blue belt, like you're a good blue belt. You're not some new person. You know moves. You've seen most of it.
Yeah.
And your only job is to just defend. You're not even thinking about attacking.
True.
I'm just gonna stop this black belt attacks.
Okay.
More than likely, you'll be able to do it for the whole round.
Okay.
Right? Unless. Like, if you just stay tight, and that's what Woodley did the whole fight for the most part.
Gotcha.
He just kind of had his hands pretty low, ready to sprawl, ready to stop the takedown, and he did it to a T, but that's where the fight was.
Yeah,
it was just him.
Yeah, he talked about not throwing any hooks. He was going like straights.
Yeah, I know he said that he got his shoulder tear or something. His shoulder came out.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, but here's my biggest thing, man. There was moments in the fight where of high-level striking from Woodley. And I was like, oh, shit, keep doing that. That counter was amazing. And then, like, you see him get into a little rhythm after landing a nice shot, but then he would not commit.
Gotcha.
And it's like, dude, like, you just showed brilliance. Keep it up. You're probably going to win that fight then and there.
Yeah.
Because you just hit him, like, a couple times. So, when you compare him to a guy like Jon Jones on the same night, Jon Jones might be the best at following a game plan, but at the same time, taking the chances, taking the risks to win the fight, to finish the fight. And if you don't think that professional fighting, there's no risk involved, you got another thing coming.
Yeah.
The whole fight is a risk. You got to take some chances, man. You got to treat the fight like it's your first. Like the next shot is a title shot.
Yeah.
And him to say that, last thing, for him to say that, I understand why he's mad, because people are dogging on him. But for him to say that he's the best welterweight of all time, that he's the better version of GSP, you can't say that after that performance. And you can't say that after your last 3 performances. Because, you knocked down Wonder Boy in each fight. And, you knocked down Maia. But you didn't commit to anything. You didn't show that you really wanted to finish the fight.
Yeah. So he's kind of like a chef cooking, not basic, but like going with a... Not easy. How do I say this?
It's like this. every time I cook, I go to Google, I go to allrecipes.com, and I follow the recipe to the T.
Yeah.
And then even after 5 years of doing that, I remember everything. I know how to do this now. I know what flavors work, and I still don't make it my own. I still, not that he doesn't make it his own, but I still don't take a risk and say, you know what?
And go with something different, with a different ingredient type of thing. Thank you. That's exactly what I'm trying to go for. Or like being in a competition and you go with that safe bet.
Yeah.
Kind of cooking the same thing, you know.
You're going to win.
Really, you'll do good. But
all for you, Woodley. You're going to win. And you did. You won all 3 fights, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the first one was a draw, but, that's arguable that you won that fight. But if you want people to like you and follow you and want to see your fights, you have to kind of do a little bit of both.
I think it's more the past 2 fights that hurt him. I think more people liked Thompson to begin with, so they booed him for that first fight.
True.
The second one was a snoozer. This third
one was a snoozer.
Snoozer as well.
And again, man, he's young. He still has it. Anderson went through 2 fights in a row. Actually, one of them was against Damian Maia,
which was horrible.
And it's
in Abu Dhabi.
To me, what it looked like with Anderson was like, guys, can you bring me no disrespect to Damian Maia? Can you bring me somebody that is going to challenge me? This guy's not even fighting me. And he looked bored out there.
Down. Yeah, he did.
Anderson, because Anderson was hitting him at will, stopping his takedowns at will.
It sucked that he was bored, so he made us bored.
Yeah. Well, it just looked like Anderson was done with the fight.
Yeah.
He's like,
you know what?
Hell?
And it seemed like in that fight he was just trying to put on a show. I'm just like, yo, just stop with the show and just put him out of his misery. Yeah, put the dog out.
So, Woodley, don't take any offense to this. And you know better than anybody, don't read the comments. Don't listen to the interviews, because you won the fight at the end of the day. Don't worry about what other people think. He actually went on MMA Hour yesterday, Monday.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And he went off on Dana White.
Oh, he did.
And he's like, you owe me a public apology. I do everything for the UFC. I do everything great. I only show respect, and this is how you treat me. You're a champion, and he's right.
He's right.
But no offense, Dana White does that to everybody. That doesn't necessarily make it. But he was speaking the truth.
Mm-hmm.
He was speaking the truth, and maybe in Dana White's head, the guy's trying to motivate you.
Yeah,
dude. Get your shit right. Try to win these fights. Try to finish these fights, and I'll make you $1 million.
Help you out.
Yeah.
I
think Woodley was like, say that stuff, but come to me first. If you think I did a lackluster job, if you think I need to improve on this, come to me first. I don't want to have to hear about it later. Honestly, Tyrone, that doesn't matter.
I think he just has to understand the business side of it.
Yeah.
He's not going to go straight to him because he has to talk to all these people interviewing him. He has to go to whatever her name is.
But it doesn't matter
Megan
whether Dana
O'Leary.
says it.
Yeah.
Like, he was just speaking the truth.
You need thicker skin.
Yeah. And it's not like Dana was like, this guy is a sucky fighter. He's our champion, and he sucks, and he's just boring. He was just like, dude, that was a snooze fest. And if he thought he was going to fight GSP after that fight, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
And this is not the first time I've done that.
Yeah.
I give big fights to big fighters.
Yeah,
and
true.
you're a great fighter. And he did say...
I'm actually surprised he gave Maia the fight, because I didn't think he was going to give him that fight, just because it doesn't make... That's not a sexy matchup.
Well, because Woodley, like his last 2 fights before that were a little boring,
Yeah.
So especially the last Wonder Boy fight, people didn't really want to see him fight. So you can put him against Damian Maia. It's not a big deal.
True.
But that's why they put them on the undercard of one of the biggest fights of the last 10
Kill
years.
Yourself. Yeah. So let's move on from that, because this is too much time spending on a boring ass fight. Let's go Cyborg finally with her belt.
What'd you think?
Props to Evinger for eating those shots, man. For what, 3?
I think it was 4 rounds.
Okay, whatever rounds
it might have been the end of the third. I forget.
Whatever it was, props to you for taking those hits. And I think I believe it was short notice, right?
No, it was.
It was full.
Oh yeah, it was short enough notice, but it was like 3 or 4 weeks, I believe.
So either way, props her and good for Cyborg for finally getting the title that she longly deserved.
Oh
man.
my God,
she's the best fighter. And you've been saying it for a long time. So
thank you for saying that.
She is the best fighter.
Even when Ronda was on top of the world, what was I saying?
Yeah, you're still saying Cyborg is the best. So
and she just.
What's next for Cyborg?
Holly Holm.
Yeah, please.
Holly Holm. You can't make that Jermaine fight because
she don't want it.
She said she didn't want it. That's why she doesn't have the title.
Yeah.
So you do Holly Holm. If Jermaine wins her next fight, now we got something. Now we got some drama. We actually have good drama.
We do. Holly Holm versus Cyborg. That's gonna be a fun fight.
That's a sexy fight.
Yeah, that's a sexy fight, man. That's one fight I'm like, I can't give it fully to Cyborg. I still think she's gonna win, but I don't think she's gonna like mow down.
Dude, if anybody could beat Cyborg, it's Holly Holm.
Yeah.
You know why? Because of the way Holly Holm fights. She fights with such a reach. She has a great understanding of distance.
Okay.
And she can use it. And she's strong. She's powerful. She moves. She's just as big as Cyborg. She's not going to get bullied around.
Yeah.
And Cyborg can bully you around with her strength.
That's true.
Cyborg can bully you around with her pressure.
Yeah, man.
But Holly Holm, she can move.
Yeah.
Time. Holly Holm spars with Jon Jones all the time.
She can deal with pressure.
Yeah.
Ronda's nothing near Cyborg, but she does have good pressure. She would pressure everyone.
Oh, yeah.
And Holly Holm was the only one who said, "Nah, I'm good."
Yeah.
Well prepared, coaching.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Jackson.
So, and here's the thing: Cyborg has improved dramatically as a technical striker.
Yeah.
Early in her career, she was a mauler, right? Reckless.
Yeah.
But still knocks people out. Now, I would say the last 4 or 5 fights, super technical, right? Powerful, but super technical. Very good head movement, especially this last fight.
Yeah.
Beautiful head movement, beautiful striking, beautiful gauging of distance, closing distance, fighting safe but taking the chances. Everything that we need as a fighter.
She's on a whole new level, man.
Yeah. And she tried to finish the fight on a couple occasions.
Yeah, so good for her.
So I think you got Holly Holm. You have a bunch of contenders, honestly.
True.
But Holly Holm's the next
Holly Holm is next. So moving on.
Last one, Robbie Lawler.
That was a fun fight.
What was more interesting? That fight or Cormier Jon?
Cormier Jon Jones, just because everything that dealt with it. But seeing Robbie Lawler against Cerrone was fun. And seeing Robbie Lawler just try to go in and go maul Cerrone.
That was beautiful.
That was beautiful. It was smart. He wasn't just doing it because he was pissed or he was mad or doesn't like him. He was doing it for a reason.
You know what's interesting? We had 2 caged animals. And no disrespect by calling them animals.
Yeah.
But we had 2 caged animals come out for the first time in like a year and fight.
True.
And they both started the fight the exact same way. Robbie Lawler and Jon Jones both came out trying to take the head off their opponent.
Which was fun.
Yeah.
But did you agree with the decision?
100%.
Me too.
Here's the thing: Robbie clearly won the first round. He was really.
He was going at him.
He was going at him for 3 minutes. Eventually, Donald Cerrone took him down. Didn't do enough damage, and Robbie Lawler eventually got back up with like a minute or less to go.
I agree.
So he won that round.
Second round
was beautiful.
Cerrone's putting in work.
Cerrone was in the most beautiful rhythm I've ever seen him in that second round. He was just like, you could see it in his eyes. He was hitting shots. He was excited. He was happy. He was willing to go to the.
He seems like a different fighter on the terms of like he's just so happy when he was facing. He was doing the same thing with Brown.
Matt Brown.
Yeah, Matt Brown smiling like, hey, let's give me some dap. Matt Brown didn't want to give him anything, so I thought the same thing was going to happen. I thought Robbie wasn't going to give him anything until the third round. They would dap it up, and then Cerrone would take advantage of that. But they didn't. So
no, they didn't. And here's the thing: to go back to what Woodley has been saying after every fight, guys want to see, or people want to see, blood and bones. They want to see just people laying it down in the last 10 seconds and throwing leather and trying to knock each other's heads off, reckless abandonment. I'm not that type of fighter. I'm a winner. I'm going to win. But he's acting like that's the only. People like to see that.
Yeah.
But that's not the only thing we like to see. We also like to see a very technical, high-risk fight in Donald Cerrone, Robbie Lawler. I don't think either guy was reckless in that fight.
No.
But both guys got in a good rhythm. Both guys took chances. But none of them took like a huge chance. And none of them were really sloppy.
To think about it now, what we're seeing is that when we see Cerrone versus Lawler, very technical, fast-paced, it's like watching the Warriors and, say, the Cavs go at it.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Great metaphor.
Right? But now that when we see Damian Maia and Woodley go at it, it's like watching the Pistons and the Spurs. So it's just 2 very technical defensive teams, but at the end, nobody cares because nobody wants to watch half-court defense. We want to see up and down, people going at it, so on and so forth, right?
What a great comparison.
Yeah.
What a great comparison.
Thank you.
Yeah,
when it all comes down to it, you want to see, you do, defense is cool and all, but at the end of the day, like all these games are changing the rules for the offense. You want to see more action.
Sure. Yeah. And hey, man.
Can't get mad at that.
Woodley did great.
Yeah.
But it's like when you're hesitating to finish the fight, but you're showing brilliance.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, you showed brilliance and then you hesitated.
I think that's why they're mad, because they know what you're capable of.
Exactly.
Right?
So Woodley, if you're listening to this, we love you, man. And we're only like, I think I'm not displeased because I thought it was a good fight on him.
Yeah.
But I'm just like a fan of yours, and when you show this brilliance, I want to see more. Yeah. And I know from watching it, and I hope you watch it and realize, oh man, I could have taken advantage of that. Okay. That's what we want to see. Yeah. It's not because we think you're a bad fighter. It's because we know what you're capable of, and we want to see you take. We know that the risk you thought it would have been wasn't as high.
Okay, I get you. Yeah.
And maybe it's different when you're in there.
Yeah. So I'm stuck because I'm rooting for him all the way. Yeah. Like I really like Woodley, Cormier. I think are probably my 2 favorite fighters right now. Mm-hmm. So room for both of them. Anything else?
No, that's about it. Game of Thrones was a cool episode. Watch it, guys. Watch it.
It makes me sad that there's only probably, I think, 3 episodes left. I'm heartbroken.
So is this the last season, or there's one more?
No, there's
one
more after this.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought this was the last.
So I guess we do have to record maybe one more episode and talk about it, or talk about the next one. So, but yeah, man, we hope you really did enjoy this podcast, and if you did, please like, share, subscribe, rate. Mm-hmm. Write down a comment, guys. That goes a long way too for us. It just helps motivate us, inspire us to keep making, keep coming up with content.
Most definitely. And like we said, check out showtheartacademy.com.
2 weeks, baby.
That's our landing page for now. Put your email in the newsletter section, and we'll send you the coupon to get the first month for half price. Invertedgear.com, coupon code ShowTheArt15, ChimeraCoffee.com.
Show the art.
Show the art.
We out. Peace.